We just move when they're not looking, and if they spook up that way, who cares? We're focused on this anyway. He's by himself. More than 20 years ago, I opened up my first Hunting Fool magazine. This was the pre-internet era, when information moved slow and dreams arrived in the mailbox. I had one goal: to figure out how a regular guy could get himself a mountain goat tag. Just kind of go really slow, a couple steps, and wait, just make our way. But once it's pretty dark, I think we can throw on our headlamps. You have a red one? Of all the species a man can hunt in North America, the mountain goat is the one that grabs me. Why? When most guys chase antlers, why does the goat get me? I don't know. They definitely look badass. Muscle stacked on muscle, devil horns, that white mane billowing in the wind, their calm, fearless attitude. They simply radiate confidence like nothing else on the mountain. And the way they move. They walk cliff faces like they're sidewalks. Vertical walls, jagged buttes, death drops, doesn't matter. A goat treats a 1,000-foot fall like it doesn't exist. Now it's 2025. I did what that magazine told me to do. I applied, year after year. It's been 2 decades, and now I have that tag. After 20 years of wanting this hunt, I have 10 days to see if I can do it. All right, folks, well, it is the day before the opening day of mountain goat season, archery only. I got 10 days to kill a goat starting tomorrow with a bow. Tyree, you can see water was here a few months ago, but it's gone. There's no water really anywhere. So I packed in 40 liters and stashed it on the trail here. So that's about, I want to say 10 gallons of water or something like that, give or take. Probably drink a gallon, a little less than a gallon a day. Depends on how much we're moving around. So we Tyree and I got 5 or 6 days, maybe 7 days of water with that stash. We're going to ditch our gear, our main base camp, all our heavy stuff, most of our gear right here in this timber pocket. And then we have a plan. I'll tell you about it in a minute. But for now, we're going to grab that water and we're going to get moving. One thing that's handy with this initial ascent pack, I've got 40 liters of water back there on the trail, up and around, that we got to go get. And it's nice to have a pack to do it, but then you got to unpack all your stuff to go get it, but not with this pack. Check this out. I can leave this pack just the way that it is. I don't have to unload my gear. Now, I got this right here as a pack to throw the water on. We call this liquid gold. Well, let's see. We might have to ditch something. I don't know. This isn't as light as I want it to be. That's for sure. Oh, super light. It ain't light. Not heavy, but it ain't light. For the past 4 days, I've watched these goats repeat the same pattern over and over. Each afternoon, they bed high on the cliffs, and from there, they see everything below. They've got their noses to the wind, and they smell what they can't see. In the evening, as the sun dips behind the ridge and the shadows spill across the slope, the goats loosen up. And one by one, they climb down off the ledges and cliffs to the valley below, to the lush green feed that remains. Back in July and August, the whole mountain was wet and alive with lush green grass and wildflowers. But now, in late September, most everything has dried up, except for one deep valley that still holds water and green wet feed. And that is where all the goats have gathered. Among them is this old Billy with a limp. I've seen him bed in the same spot for the past 4 days. He kicks cool dirt up on his body, and he bullies all the other goats that come near him. He's the one I'm after. But with a bow in hand, he's not the only one. It looks like those goats have already come off the top. The sentinels are gone. Now they're low. I think, we're going to pop in and out of visibility, but we should stay out of there. We shouldn't bug them too much as long as we go slow and easy. It's evening, and most of the goats have already dropped off the cliffs into this feeding area below. Tyree and I are going to slip below them on this trail and get into the next canyon over. Our wind is bad right here, blowing uphill, but at this distance, the goats don't seem to mind. I've done this before. They all have their heads down in the grass. If I could avoid climbing that hill, I would. Sheep right there. Sheep are not like goats. They get a glimpse of you, and they run a couple miles away. I don't even think the goats even looked at us. They're knocking those rocks off. It will alarm the goats a little bit that these sheep are so spooked. But yeah, they're getting the hell out of here. Those other goats are coming off the top. You see how every goat
all those remaining goats that are at the top there are now coming down. It's 5:10. Yesterday, the two big billies that were bedded in those, I call them the king beds, and those two big billies were in there bedded till 5:30. So they're up even earlier. They're up even earlier tonight, and down in that feeding area. You know, as long as we're a few hundred yards away, they do not seem to care. There was a lot more goats though than this, so I suspect some are bedded in that grass or that tall brush, kind of low enough you can't see them. But also, I'm afraid some are on the other side, which is where we want to be. I think as we come around, we're gonna see more goats over there. We'll have to decide what we're gonna do about that. This is my plan. While they're down here feeding, we can make some noise getting up there. I don't know if we can get up there, dude. Sketchy. I mean, it's sketchy looking.
The truth about goats is they're not a high alert animal, but they don't have to be. They've adapted to go where no other animal can go. They have less need for alertness. They just live most of their lives where predators don't want to go. They're perfectly comfortable standing on the edge of a 2,000-foot drop with nothing but a 1-inch rock ledge to stand on. And they'll do this at elevations and in weather conditions that no other animal could survive. This is nice climbing. Once we get over to it, we might be able to just keep our head down and move. The problem is, and this is that chute I was telling you about, but you look pretty cliffed out. Alright, like I said earlier, I have a plan, and here it is. While all those goats are in the adjacent canyon, down low, feeding, where they can't smell us, hear us, or see us, Tyree and I are going to try and scale this rock face undetected, and if we have to, under the cover of darkness. We're aiming for this crevice in the cliffs, and that, my friends, is where we'll spend the night tucked away until morning, if we can get there. Yeah, I don't know if this right here is too gnarly to navigate. But then the question is right here, does it get too cliffy? We just move when they're not looking, and if they spook up that way, who cares? We're focused on this anyway. But those goats have no idea we're here. They don't care. I mean, we're at that point in the hunt where, you know, Google Earth and 3D maps can only take you so far. Absolutely. Now, I mean, a 10-foot rock isn't going to show up on a topo line. A 10-foot rock face. Did we get a better wind? No.
himself. I think these are two really young billies, and I think that's the mature one. I'm thinking just kind of go really slow, a couple steps, and wait, just make our way. But once it's pretty dark, I think we can throw on our headlamps. You have a red one? I do. Yeah, I think I can use the map if it gets too dark. But it looks to me like you can just come right up here and then cut over to the cave. Well, our plan so far, it's working. It wasn't easy. We got about 2 days of water and a couple days of food on us. We had to climb in here last evening when the wind was still blowing uphill quite a while. But we started the ascent, and then we got cliffed out, which I knew was a possibility. So Tyree and I had to back out a little bit. But in really low light, we just inched our way up here, right under the nose of a couple of young billies, and climbed up these rocks. And I mean, we made some noise, but it was dark. There was a big billy above us, about 200, 300 yards. He bedded and watched us in the dark, and then it got too dark and I couldn't make him out anymore. I could hear the other two billies moving around just above us. The goal is to wait for the wind to switch, because right now it's blowing down. But as soon as the sun comes up, that wind is going to blow uphill. It should start cooking uphill. We're 200 yards from the ridge saddle where we can shoot over to the goats in the beds over there. And so hopefully that's what happens. But if the sun comes up and the wind kicks up and it starts blowing uphill, we can start moving. I don't want to move. It's so quiet. I don't want to move right now. And the wind is kind of swirling now. But we're in it. We could easily get a goat today. I slept all right. My AirPad was a little noisy. Really?
My leg kept falling asleep.
Oh. We estimate that we're 160 yards from the billies. If they did what they've been doing the last 3 days, then they're bedded on this ridge. This cliff band looks nasty, but once we're above it and we come across the side, we might just smack a big billy.
"20 years ago, I began applying for this tag, and the whole time I've envisioned how the hunt would play out. There are easier ways to get a goat, no question. But hunting's not about easy, not for me, not at this stage. I want the hard hunt, the kind that makes you earn it. I don't just want a goat, I want one up here, where the goats feel untouchable." It's nasty country. Steep rock, loose footing. One wrong move and you're done. But that's kind of the point. Goats live in these cliff fortresses for a reason. They're safe here. They stay locked in on what's below them and trust the rock behind to keep them safe. I want to exploit that. I want to find out if I can go where they go. If I can scale their fortress walls, breach their defenses, and put an arrow in the perfect spot. Right now, I can see the goats, but Tyree can't. They're in the saddle below us. I can see 4 of them. Among them is a really large, thick-bodied goat, quite a bit bigger than the rest. But this younger goat heard something it didn't like, and now it's locked onto our position. I don't know it, but Tyree cannot actually see the goat I'm after.
Please fall. Those two giant billies, they were down here and they spooked. So it was like, well, do we wait, come back tomorrow? That shot, it was too low because the angle was so steep. I should have aimed higher. I'd have liked that entrance hole to be a lot higher than it was. But I knew immediately it was in the kill zone. Doesn't fall, it'll be a miracle. Oh no, I knew it. Gosh dang it. Uh-oh. Well, maybe could have waited, let him die real slow right here, but he fell to the bottom, dude. This is the problem with goats, man. Go right over the edge. Well, he's dead. Always have such mixed feelings when you tag out and the hunt's over. But yeah, it's what I planned. Like, it's so steep. There's that rock jut out. I'm just standing right here. And he stood there for a really long time, and I ranged him downhill 40 yards. What a day. This is intimidating. I just kept blocking out of my mind that if I slip, I die. Just don't even think about it.
Yeah.
Just climb. Keep your eyes this way. This is one of the coolest camps I've ever been in. I mean, check this out, we are so up here. And we climbed that all the way to the top and across. It was wild. This chute, we'll have you film it in a minute, but so people can see, but this chute is what we kind of tucked in and got our elevation through this morning. Man, what an adventure, dude. What an adventure. Tyree.
Yo.
Don't fall.
Yeah, I'll do my best. If I do fall, this will be the first one. Which I am surprised about that. Oh, it's the pack. This is nuts.
Oh, you're looking good.
Safe.
Like a pro.
Yeah, people. Sometimes I look at stuff we do and I'm like, are you insane?
I know now that I can't make good how I wish I could.
I'm a little sick because I know that goat has got to be hammered. It fell 1,000 feet. And it was cooking by the time it disappeared over the ledge. Not only did it disappear over the ledge, it went fast. And it's a sheer drop. So he's probably destroyed. Makes me a little sick to my stomach, but that is also archery goat hunt. I mean, they can take a tumble like that.
As I fill my book, oh, what a waste of wood. Nothing's really happened like I thought it would.
Oh, there he is. God, so much blood.
Sweet. Horns aren't busted? Heck yeah. Dude, you couldn't... As far as an adventure goes, I couldn't have scripted a better adventure of a hunt.
Freaking awesome.
I mean, it's everything I ever wanted in a goat hunt. DIY, no one telling you that you can't do that. Most outfitters probably would have. You can't go up there, it's too dangerous.
I can't rest on no dynasty. Yeah, what is wrong with me?
What a mess. Dude, goats are so cool. I just have so much respect for these critters. Oh, they're a little banged up.
I really done been on such a violent spree.
I didn't want this beating to occur, but
Still make a mess.
those are some big holes in his body. Let's get him turned out and take a look. I can't believe how big these bodies are. Isn't it cooler to climb the mountain and camp in a crevice in the rocks? Something cool about it, man. I love it. Couldn't be happier. I just love
I
it.
really know now what had hold on me.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
What a ride. This goat fell 1,000 feet. And, hey, not too shabby. Still fairly intact. A few broken bones. Skull's still there. Horns are a little busted up, but not bad. But this hunt was just an adventure. I got to come up here with Kendall Card twice and once with my daughter. She came on the second trip, Logan Romney. Those scouting days were as rewarding as anything. This country is just so incredibly gorgeous. There were other areas of the unit to go after a goat, but none that were this pretty and this rugged. I'm glad I did it. Glad I came here. And I feel great with that plan I put together. It actually worked. That's satisfying. I gotta tell you, it's satisfying. But climbing these hills and doing what we did, that is, that's serious business. And it's rewarding when you get it done.
Once we came around that other side and saw the other ones on that other side where we wanted to hike up,
Yeah.
that's where I kind of got a glimpse of that face. And I was like, dude, that is rough.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, like, halfway up, I was like, this, when do we turn it around? Like, there's no way we're going to be able to get up on those cliffs. Like, we'll have to come down and side hill it, which we would have been face to face with them. They could have caught wind. Who knows? But like you said, just keep moving. And the more you see, the more you can kind of see what you can navigate. And I think we did a great job at that. So
We were really on the edge of blowing it.
yeah.
You know, there was so much shale
Oh, yeah.
for about probably 15 feet.
Oh, yeah.
If it was
dude,
just
that was-
more firm rock and less like glassy shale, I could have crept to that edge and had more options.
Yeah.
But
Well, and I'm just the photographer, and I'm like, I can't screw this up. I gotta let him be the one that sends a rock flying. I can't do that.
dude, you did great.
Yeah,
you did
that
great.
was-
It's tough. Doing this on film is tough.
It's hard.
I love it. Couldn't be happier. Glad you were with me, Tyree. Our first hunt together.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
What a ride.
Someone told me the theme of my recent films feels like reminiscing, and maybe that's true. Look at my daughter on this hunt at just 17 years old, and I still see that little girl playing on the beach, collecting seashells. But now I also see a grown woman stepping into her life, and I'm realizing how much of mine I've already lived.
We took time to see the sun, crossing rivers as we run, chasing birds down by the lake in the mud. We would climb.
I see the gray in my beard. I see the lines in my face. I feel the aches that weren't there before. I feel time relentlessly moving forward.
But now we're older and we feel the world at our feet. As time turns, we drift away. Wish we were young again.
I'm not young anymore, but I'm not old either. So yeah, maybe I'm reflecting more, taking stock, asking myself what actually matters and what never did.
Making walls to stop the waves from coming up. We found joy in little things, like imaginary scenes. Oh, I miss the way we were when we were young. But now we're older and we feel the world at our feet. As time turns, we drift away. And oh, how time flies and you realize forgotten dreams got lost along the way. Wish we were young again.
I'd be lying if I said I didn't miss being young. I miss it. I miss the wonder, the excitement. I miss the energy. But I also love where I am now. I love the life I've lived, the choices I made, the memories I have earned the hard way. I love the calm, the confidence, and the clarity that only comes from years of hard work and experience. And here's the truth. You don't get to have it both ways. You don't get to be 20 and have the certainty of someone who's fought through decades of life.
Why? Having cancer.
I'm angry.
Wish we were young again.
I'm so angry all the time.
If going back means giving up what I've gained, then I don't want it.
No.
The late night skinny dip was nice. That was great.
But there's still
Kendall went
so
full
much to
retard,
see
like all the way in.
in this life.
You're serious? You don't know?
Like pages
Everybody
of
knows you never go full retard.
still unturned.
What do you mean?
Dude, your feet stink, bro.
What are you talking about?
In the pit, I almost ran him over with the snowmobile. What do you mean, almost ran me over?
I mean, still a cute mama.
Cause now we're older.
So yeah, my body doesn't work quite like it used to, but I'm still excited for what's ahead. So I set goals, hard ones, goals that demand strength, discipline, fitness, and purpose. And this goat hunt on this mountain, it was one of those goals.
It's everything I ever wanted in a goat hunt. DIY. You know, no one telling you that you can't do that.
Watching my daughter hike beside me, she's at the start of her story. I'm somewhere in the middle of mine. My body hurts more than hers. It's got a lot of miles on it. But my goals and my dreams, they give every ache and pain I feel a reason to exist. And that's all I need to ignore it. A reason. It gives the pain meaning. And I'm good with that. What an adventure. All of it. Hiking, goats, llamas, road trips, my daughter, the mountains, the scenery, the fatigue, the friends. It was just a hell of an adventure. And I hope you felt it. You know, there's so much that the camera doesn't capture that I think a lot of you would find really funny and interesting. For example, my friend Carson Dykes, who happened to be watching the entire hunt unfold from the highway's scenic lookout, along with a parking lot full of spectators that I had no idea were watching us. By happenstance, I met Carson the day before. He had an elk tag, and I was trying to help him get on a giant I had spotted a couple days prior as I was scouting for goats. And we just exchanged phone numbers, and the next day, he saw me arrow that goat through his spotting scope. He watched it all unfold, and he watched it fall more than 1,000 feet. And then the next day, dude showed up at our camp with an empty pack, and he helped Tyree and I haul that load out in one heavy trip. Honestly, I think Carson was more excited for me than I was. So thank you, Carson. I appreciate that. You never know who you might meet out there, and hunters are some of the coolest people you run into. There's so much more to tell you about this hunt that you just can't fit into the film, like how Tyree got caught up in an avalanche rock slide right there in the moment of truth, like it was a level 10 quicksand situation, and how he had a goat walk right up to me in that moment and stare me in the eyes before bouncing off the cliff and causing an avalanche of his own. And that gave Tyree a moment to like scramble out of his quicksand. It was wild, and there's a lot to talk about, but I'm not going to do it here. I'm going to do it on a podcast. I'm going to try to get Kendall and Tyree on the show and have a behind the scenes, a deep dive into the whole hunt. It was especially in that moment of truth, there's so much the camera does not capture that is a cool story. So look for that on the Gritty podcast. And in case you didn't know, I'm giving away a truck and a sweet Addicts camp trailer. It's a $65,000 prize. So if you drink caffeine or any energy drink or coffee, I've got something that you've got to try, and it'll get you entered to win the truck and the trailer and the whole rig. So my friends over at Black Flag, they've created this delicious lime grape flavored energy drink. It's really good. Lots of energy boost, and they branded it off of me, calling it the flavor Gritty Ricky. So if you're out there drinking Monster or Bang or Red Bull or something out of a can or something else, just switch it up. Try this. In my experience, it's a lot more effective and a lot better for you than what you're getting out of a can. And this tastes great. It's quite refreshing. and it's quite the energy boost. So if you're interested, go to blackflag.com, buy the new Gritty Goat t-shirt. I've got it on right here. It comes in a package bundle with the Gritty Ricky flavored drink from Black Flag. And you just might be the person that wins that truck and that trailer. Somebody has to. So it could be you. I still have to. It's going to be so weird driving a truck up in a trailer to some dude and giving it away. It's going to be wild. I'm really looking forward to that. It's going to be life-changing for somebody. So it's pretty cool to get to do that. I just want to say thank you to all of you guys for being here. You are what make these films possible and make this life I'm living possible. So I couldn't do it without you. This channel is powered by you. So thank you. Tell me what you think of this film. Leave me a comment below. I'm way behind on reading them, but I promise you, I read them all. I will read them all. So leave me a comment and let me know what you think. What do you think about goats? What do you think about bow hunting? What do you think about the film style? And if you do leave me a comment, you'll be entered to win a Gritty Ricky Goat t-shirt bundle. And I'll get you triple the entries to win the truck and the trailer. So I'll pick that winner next week. And the same is true if you share it on, take a minute to share it on your social media and tag me, Brian_Call. Post that on your social. And again, Gritty Ricky t-shirt bundle, triple entries for the truck and the trailer. Last week, I promised that I would give away a Peaks tarp to one lucky person who left me a comment on YouTube. And that person is Joe Paul 949, who says, awesome film on many levels, storytelling on point, great use of humor, next level soundtrack. I'm a huge Eminem fan, great use of the bluegrass version of Lose Yourself. I was just thinking I may be too obsessive about more pre-hunt preparation efforts. But after watching Liquid Gold, I feel so much better about my compulsive behavior. Thanks for sharing. All right. Hit me up at grittybowman.com, JoePoll949, and I will get that tarp sent off to you. And for sharing on social media, Emily_Anderson_Fry, tagged with Kyle Fry. Fryle says, we look forward to new Gritty film all week. No better way to spend a Sunday afternoon. Thank you guys. Yep. You guys just want a Peaks headlamp, red or green? Let me know. Send me an email, grittybowman@grittybowman.com, and send me your address and I'll get that off to you soon. And tune in next week. I've got a bonus film I'm working on. I think you'll enjoy it, especially if you're an archery guy. It's for you. It's a tack shoot, but it's more than that. It's a fun little flick. You're going to see a lot of guys talking trash and having a good time. And I think it'll be worth it, especially if you're into archery. You're going to enjoy it. So drop me a comment below. Let me know what you think of this film. I promise I'm going to read it. And my friends over at Initial Ascent have an awesome giveaway going on right now as well. And you have until midnight tomorrow to be entered to win. It's a $4,000 or $5,000 gear package. It's got a brand new Initial Ascent pack, Peaks tarp. We got binos from Leupold, bino harness, Tricer gear. We got all-in sheep feet, Shields gift cards, Black Flag, Peaks equipment, and more. And all you have to do to be entered to win is just go buy something over at Initial Ascent, initialascent.com. Check it out. You can be entered to win. Again, you have until midnight tomorrow night. If you noticed in this film, I love that pack. I've been using it for years now. I think for carrying heavy loads, it's incredible. I love the day use mode where I can pull the bag off. And like when I went and got all that water and I just left my expedition load kind of all in there, pulled the bag off, went up with the frame, grabbed the water, came back down, put that bag right back on, and I was back off to the races again. It's just a highly effective design, and it just carries nice. So if you're interested in a pack like that, head over to Initial Ascent. And if you've already got the pack or you just want to win the pack, you should check out their everyday carry backpack. I use it for airplane travel, throw my laptop in there, all my gear. It's perfect for day-to-day use. It's the everyday carry bag. You got to check it out. It's a great little backpack. Great Christmas idea for somebody. I love that thing. I got rid of my Yeti. I used to have a Yeti bag. This one's better. Check it out. Initialascent.com. Use the code GRITTY. You'll save and you'll be entered to win. You have until midnight. Folks, thank you for supporting the channel. Head over to Black Flag if you want to win that truck. Get the t-shirt and the Ricky bundle. Thanks for tuning in. Hope to see you on the next episode. Stay gritty.